In today's society, typography is everywhere. Artists use their designs to correspond with their audience, whether this is achieved through a simple or complicated method. Typography surrounds people in their daily routines, yet hardly notice the impact it has on our own lives. The future possibilities for typography will only grow in the years to come. At present, 2013, some of our central trends in typography include graffiti, vintage styling, handwritten text, shorthand, and 3D effect typefaces. The term graffiti originated from Greek graphen, which means to write. This form of typography is commonly found on abandoned buildings, train stations, and skate parks. Graffiti can range from a simple tag, which is an artist's street name produced in one color, to extravagantly complicate full wall pieces. The art of graffiti has its own hierarchy of design, and the artists within its industry learn to develop respect for their fellow artists. Some in society believe that graffiti destroys their community, while others consider it as an art form in which graffiti artists can express their beautiful work. Often the artwork is made illegally, but with these elaborate designs it can be problematical to do so in an illegal environment. As graffiti becomes more appreciated as a legitimate art form, artists have been authorized to display their works and occasionally commissioned to do so. Vintage stylistic art is derived from a time in which designers were more dependent on their skills and techniques, opposed to technology. As typography is commonly used in advertising, it is often found in stores and cafes. The continuous styles and fonts created ensure typography will be everlasting. Vintage typography design is often categorized by the artist's skill used to create pieces before the introduction of technology such as digital printers. Dana Tanamachi has become a famous graphic designer and chalk letterer. She works with various well-known businesses including West Elm, Google, and ADS, and produces custom chalk letter typography that reflects the vintage style of handwritten type. Handwritten typography, frequently known as texting, is used by over 2/3 of the world's population every day. It is one of the greatest advantages in communication since the telephone and email. Texting or shorthand language has become a quick way of communication, using numbers, single letters, and symbols to convey almost anything. These constantly changing codes can eliminate punctuation, vowels, replacing letters with numbers, and commonly replaced common expressions with now common abbreviations. For example, PLZ instead of please, and THX instead of thanks. As more and more people are communicating via technology, texting lingo is becoming habitually ordinary. 3D typography has become dominant in typography due to the amount of technology used in design, and this will only increase in the future. The production of software such as Adobe has constantly increasing artists' options to produce lifelike typography designs. Editing typography to achieve a three-dimensional element encourages the audience to fully engage in their artwork. As each shape looks artistically realistic, although most artists create their 3D typography to appear as if they are real. Not all 3D type has to be lifelike. Some artists take on the 3D effect but use minimum colors to attain graphic appearance rather than a photographic one. 3D typography often looks at using images, textures, patterns, shadows, and lighting effects within their work to create the illusion of a three-dimensional object, and this type of typography will continue to grow as technology advances in the future.